Hey, what's up everyone? It's me, Matt from Diazable, and I'm here with another album review. And today, I'm checking out this band called Saving Vice. Yeah, I was told about them from a mutual follower on my Diazable apparel page to check them out because he was getting a tattoo from the tattoo artist that hit me up. And I was like, yeah, I'm intrigued a little bit. Check them out. What I found out about them is they are like an alternative metalcore band out from Vermont. As I was checking them out and listening to them, I was getting heavy, like early MySpace day vibes in terms of production and vibes and sound. And if that's something that you're like kind of inclined to listen to or you want to check out, take a few minutes to look at this review I have here and go check out the album afterwards and see how you feel about it. Or if you're a fan of Saving Vice, tell me what your thoughts on this review of their debut album, Hello There. To start this album off, we have the song Before I Go. It starts off with like a cold opening in terms of building an atmosphere, and then it like comes in with some like goth, like symphonic, like blast beats and like some groovy metalcore sounds. Like it was just sounded like if there's like scene metal mixed with gothic symphonic gothic metal, and I was like a little taken back by that. It's a little bit fast and relentless in how it starts and just goes. The vocals on this part of on this song, they're very more light and kind of okay. He does some vocal fries here and there throughout the song. They sound pretty good. Then there's like a huge breakdown that's not too bad. Overall, the production and the guitars and the percussions and everything, it's a pretty solid opening track for this album, I think. I was thoroughly surprised. Hey guys, I do something with my life. Never knows best. It's a fun and heavy opening kind of a song with a soft, chill verse that flows pretty well together. The guitars have like a chilling like creepiness to it that I was like really impressed with. Then they bring some more keyboard effects and like add some layers to the song. The guitar work towards the end of the song is kind of like okay, and the percussions are pretty solid throughout the song. But at times it's hard to hear the China. And again, the vocals are okay. This is somewhat of an all right song. Then we move along to the song Endgame, which has some nice, clean sounding vocals here. Very, very clean, very crisp. The keyboards add like a nice haunting and mesmerizing like feel to the song. As I was listening to it, it reminded me of Rodney Ragnick from Falling in Reverse and whatnot. Like his fluctuation of his voice and everything, heavy on those influence, I think. Pretty catchy vocals. The bass is mixed really good on this song, and the guitars are very shreddy. And with that being said, I want to play a small clip of this song, Endgame, for you. You weren't expecting that, I bet. Hey, Nerve Damage. As I was listening to it, it reminded me of one of the earlier songs in terms of like the guitars and the riffs and everything. So I wasn't too sure if like they just repeating themselves a little bit or they're just trying to play with what they had earlier and just tweak it a little bit. Throughout this album so far, they utilize the key and like the synths pretty well to add like some extra heaviness to the song. So that's not thoroughly, but I'm impressed with that. Again, the vocals they're hitting all right. Nothing too flashy, nothing too mesmerizing. They're solid metalcore vocals with a nice heavy breakdown in this song. But I will say, like, by the end of the song, they add some like dark synth sounding like keyboards and stuff. Pretty impressive. Then we got the song Eyes Up featuring, if I'm correct, Kaylee Wolf. They really do a good job of incorporating the synths into their songs. I'll give them that. It's very impressive. I was a little confused with the vocals here. They're a little bit weird and just didn't sound that well. Like they just didn't go well with the overall flow of the song. Guitars are very simple and chuggy. Drums are very kind of just there, nothing too amazing. But when he does some like high screams and everything once in a while, they're all right. But overall the song was just very like to me. Wasn't the best, but yeah, was pretty Then we got the song Eyes Up featuring, if I'm correct, Kaylee Wolf. They really do a good job of incorporating the synths into their songs. I'll give them that. It's very impressive. I was a little confused with the vocals here. They're a little bit weird and just didn't sound that well. Like they just didn't go well with the overall flow of the song. Guitars are very simple and chuggy. Drums are very kind of just there, nothing too amazing. But when he does some like high screams and everything once in a while, they're all right. But overall, the song was just very like to me. Wasn't the best, but yeah, was pretty. This track called "Echoes from the Gutter." It's a heavy ass song from the start to the end to the finish. It's just heavy throughout. I feel like they went like full deathcore on this track. And with the incorporation of their synths, it's just popping. Like, and also this is probably one of the best vocal performances on this album from the vocalist. He sounds very visceral, as I can describe it. And again, those gothic synths they keep adding into the songs, it adds a level of like coolness to it that's really nice and like makes this track stand out a little bit more. Overall, it's a great song and it has a lot of fun parts to it, which makes me want to showcase a little bit of the song to you. Yeah, I was just really surprised how heavy they went with this song. Then the next best track on this album, I think, is called Broken Window, because there's a lot of different parts to the song that are like very different. So it sounds nice and has a lot of variety. That's what I'm looking for. It starts off with like a soft opening and then just goes right into a hard-hitting sound from all the musicians. Like they just go all in. And then this time, like the synths are kind of lingering in the background of the track. And they're just there, but like being very ominous and brooding. Groovy and very technical guitar riffs. And then the vocals kind of reminded me of Attila, whether you like them or not. They sounded really good. It's definitely like a really good headbanging song. Like the groove and the beat just gets you a little bit. We get into the song Hollow Bastion. I think it's Bastion. And it wasn't the greatest of songs, I thought. Yeah, even though with like the soft vocals and some of the heavy guitars mixed together and everything, it just didn't really mesh that well to me, I think. They're trying some new guitar playing on this track to be a little bit different from the previous tracks. Like I was getting lots of like System of a Down like guitar riffs. But overall, there's some moments here and there, but it's an all right song. The guitars are like the best part of the song. Then we move into the song So Safe. And the thing that stuck out for me was the production on here. It sounded really weird. And the lyrics were kind of like okay here at best. And the chorus sounds like it wants to be catchy and cool, but it kind of comes off as corny. No shade to you guys and everything, but it just seems a little bit weird. And overall, it just seems like a very bland, generic song. Like it didn't feel like they were too like into making this song. It was kind of like, we need an extra song. So yeah. Then the last track we have here is called the Black Briar. I think I'm saying Black Briar. Correct me if I'm wrong. It has like an eerie guitar opening to the song, and then the drums kind of kick in and they sound really good. Like this is probably the best they sound on this whole album. The riffs are really good here, and I think the vocalist is really, I think his name is Taylor. He's bringing all his strength at the end of this song, at the end of this album with this song, and it sounds really good. Finally, I can hear the China properly on, I think, compared to all the other tracks. Like it was really hard to hear, but on this track, you can clearly hear it very well. And I felt like this was like the last ditch effort for their album. Like, hey, this is the last song. Let's go all in. And I think it kind of it pulls off. in the end. It's a good track. So yeah, that was my overall thoughts and feelings about this album, Hello There from Saving Vice. And I think that what I get from it is their incorporation of metalcore and gothic, like symphonic like sounds. It sounds pretty unique. But granted, this was their debut, I think, so it was still a bit of rough around the edges here and there. Because the synths add a lot of creepiness and like atmosphere to the songs. Like they're just not just playing metalcore songs. And Tyler's vocal range is pretty good on this album, ranging from like really soft to like Lorna Shore heaviness. So he's doing pretty good there. But when he does like fail or falter a little bit, it is a bit like bland and very generic. But he has a lot to offer, I think, in their next couple albums. I'm pretty sure when I check out that they might elevate and get better. But this is not too bad for a start. For the most part, some of the guitars were a bit generic here, but when they are good, they really are good. They can pull off some good riffs and licks when they don't want to be just kind of safe, I feel. Bass is lost throughout the mix sometimes, and it was kind of hard to hear sometimes. But overall, the weakest part of this album for me were the drums. They were really hard to hear a lot of the time, kind of lost in the mix. And the China was really hard to hear when I wanted to try and like listen to it, and because I love a good China crash, but it was just really hard to hear. Production overall pretty good, nothing too bad, but I think for a debut album, I think it's fairly competent, fairly well made. More hits than misses for a debut, which I think for anyone is good. So with that being said, I would say Saving Vice, Hello There is a nice solid 7 out of 10. Yeah. And yeah, links down below for this band. Saving Vice, Hello There. Great band to check out if you're into metalcore and like symphonic gothic metal style stuff. I'm Matt from Diazable, doing more album reviews. If you have any requests, submit down in the comments below. Thanks for coming by. Appreciate you all. And y'all have a great day. And I will see you soon. Yeah.